Good afternoon, everyone. I guess now we should start the session. So before I start, I would like to request all the students during the session, if you have any question, so kindly put it in the chat box, and at the end of the session, we'll ask those questions to all the faculty advisors. Now I would like to request all the faculty advisors kindly to turn their cameras. So, good evening, everyone. Myself, Abhay Pratap Singh, and today I'm going to be the mediator for this session called GuruMantra. GuruMantra, as the name suggests, is an initiative to spread awareness among the engineering students about the need to participate in motorsport events and what are the benefits of it. We have some renowned mentors of different teams present with us today, and they are going to share their own experience in the motorsport events, like what are the mistakes students usually do or what kind of molded ideology students possess about these events. One more and very important topic which we are going to address today in this session is how team can prepare for events, manage funds for their vehicle manufacturing. As many teams are not able to participate in these events due to lack of guidance, lack of funds, and somewhere lack of motivation as well. That's why today we have our mentors who will guide you about the right track through which you can collect funds. Our overall motive today is to change the ideology of the students who are not aware of their own worth, opportunity, and the benefit of these events, and help those students who are unable to put their knowledge into work just because of fund issues. So before we start the session, let me introduce all the students with our speakers of the day. One of our speakers is missing today, so I'm going to skip him. The other one is Dr. L. Harish Kumar, Assistant Professor from Nite Meenakshi Institute of Technology, Faculty Advisor, Team ORS. Next is Mr. Shashank, Assistant Professor from MIT ADT University, Faculty Advisor of Team Heliodorus. Next is Mr. Browning Syriac, Assistant Professor from Dwarkadas J. Sanghvi College of Engineering, Faculty Advisor of DJS Helios. Now, before I start with the question, I would like to request all the students that you can ask your question and doubts in the chat box. We'll try to answer as possible questions from them. Now I would like to request our speaker if they want to say something regarding themselves or the motorsport event. So I would like to request first Dr. L. Harish Kumar to kindly say something.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, thank you for this opportunity to having this live interaction with the students and the other faculty members. So it's a great opportunity for everyone put together. So it's a great honor to be here. So this session, I think it will be a good interaction between the students and the faculty, so that it will help both, morely the students in order to finish their life with the SVC competition. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Now I would like to request Mr. Shashank Gavre to kindly say something.
Good afternoon, all. Thank you, Abhay, for giving me the opportunity to interact with the faculty and with the teammates. It's always better to discuss with the team in such a way that they are going to do the better in the sports or the event for the betterment of the him themselves and for the growth of the India. Again, the name Guru Mantra is again a good tagline or a good word which suggests to get certain hidden points or certain things which can be easily going to penetrate into them, and they are going to explore their talent in the right direction. So I am looking forward for the interaction with the students also and with the faculty members also. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to request Mr. Browning Syriac to kindly say something, sir. I think sir has somehow disconnected with us. He'll join us soon. So I guess then we should start then. Yeah, so then I would like to start with Dr. Shashank Gavle with the first question, sir. Sir, what's your opinion on why students lack taking part in motorsport events?
Now, this question have the too many aspect. Out of that two aspect, I will deal with the two aspect. First point is that the question says the lack of the student into the motorsports event. But there are again two ways how you are going to look out at it. At my college, I am going to say that we are not lagging in that motorsport event. Right now, we have the team.
Hello.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Now you are audible. Your video got stuck.
Hello.
Yes, yes, sir. You are audible now. You can start. Yes, sir. You are audible.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible and you are visible as well. You can start.
Hello.
Hello, sir. You are audible, sir. You can start. Hello. Shashank, sir, you are audible. You can start, sir. I think he's facing some internet issue.
Okay, anyways, sorry for the interruption. I would like to answer this question. So,
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
So, opinion on why students lag taking part in motorsports event, right? So, mainly I would say is awareness, and second is the importance of the motorsports event. So, maybe the students, if they are not willing or they lag in participating such events, is because of mainly awareness, and they don't know what exactly the importance of the motorsport is. And also they do not know what are the required skills in order to take part in a motorsports events, or maybe I can say is what exact steps they have to take care they must take in order to participate in the motorsports. So all these things put together helps in the lagging of student taking part.
Right, sir. Now Shashank sir has joined us again, so
Yeah.
I would like to request Shashank sir to please continue.
Sorry for this due to the technical issue. I'll log out. Okay.
No issues, sir.
When you are going to say the students are lagging, there are the too many parameters are there. When you are going to say the motorsports event, it deals with the thrilling, but at the same time we have to check out the fundamentals which are going to get, or the basic which are going to get to the student. Right now, as we both, Dr. Harish sir and we myself also dealing with the academics, but when you are going to check out the academics, in that also there are the some of the parameters are there up to their primary and college life. So for that purpose, they are not getting the importance of the motorsports event or the motorsports which are going to be useful in their life. Now when you are going to deal with the motorsport, now for in your event there is a minimum team of 25 to 40 students. So if they are going to concentrate on each and every parameter, then they are going to succeed there in their life in the future. But right now the problem is that we are not there is a generation gap between the previous students and the current generation. So for that purpose there is certain problem with the connection with the fundamentals, basics of deals with the motorsport. So for that purpose we are going to say that there is a lag into the motorsports event. But fortunately, or on the secondary side, if you are going to check out the Supra, Paha, then also there are the too many students or those are going to participate into it. So lagging is only due to the awareness or because of the gap, generation gap between the 2 years or the two teams. So for that purpose there is a lagging into the students.
Exactly, sir. So as you both have mentioned that there is a lack of awareness. So what you think that what we could do to spread some awareness among the students regarding these events? So I would like to start with Dr. Browning. Sorry, Dr. Harish Kumar, sir.
Yeah, so awareness, yes, from your side also you put up many posts and advertisements that I mean, like you publicize your event, your any technical event or any even workshop or for example a quiz also. the student's interest matters a lot here. First, he has to be interested and come forward that okay, fine. He has to find out in which direction is moving on, and then find out okay, fine. These are the motorsports events which is happening this year. Then he will enter your website. Then he'll check out the videos, or maybe in fact maybe LinkedIn or Instagram for anything for that matter. So then so first point I would say is from the student side, they should show some interest. Without that interest, whoever is making a big thing also, that doesn't affect the student. So I mean, maybe I think our job as the faculty coordinator or faculty advisor of representing a college or a team, so our first job is to make sure such events has been put as an awareness for the students first. So they should know these are the events happening. So then out of their interest, they come and of course they say okay, fine, these are the events happening, I would like to participate here, and what is the next step I need to take. So this is what my perspective is.
So what about you, Shashank sir?
Rightly mentioned by the Dr. Harish sir. I just want to add another one point. Student interest is the most important one, but at the same time there are the two methodology to make an interest. One by choice, or by second by push. Whenever we are going to there is a two old statement is there, if you want to learn to swim, classes are not going to learn you the swimming in easy way than pushing that fellow into the water. When he has to survive, then he is going to learn. So from that aspect, I am going to say that in my team, I am majorly going to, there are some interested students also, and there are some of the students, those don't have that much interest, but I am going to pull it out there, and I am going to give the small works. So as they are going to be involved into the system, they are going to get the interest, and because of that, they are going to be succeed into the event also. It doesn't matter how much he is going to be contribute, it's matter that how passionately he is going to be respond to the system or to the any problem. So for that purpose, pulling and pushing is also going to be required to make a interest into the motorsport event. When you are going to say the awareness, right now all world or all globe is on the fingertip. Each and every student have the mobile, so he can easily going to connect whatever is going to be move around the globe. Only the thing is that we have to give the direction, that in that direction you have to move, because as we are going to say, the internet is a positive thing, but at the same time it is a negative thing also. So how we have to focus them towards the motorsports? If you are going to say that we have to build a vehicle, either two-wheeler, moped or four-wheeler, YouTube, and there are too many sites are there, those are going to give you the hints, those are going to give you the methodology to make it. Only the thing is that student has to move on that site and to take the positive direction.
Yes. So I guess Dr. Brownen is also, Mr. Brownen CA has also joined us. So I would like to request I would like to ask in the next question to him, sir. The next question is that what are the long-term and short-term benefit of motorsport events for students, sir? Mr. Brownen CA. Sir. Browning sir, am I audible to you? I guess he's facing some internet issues. He was disconnected again. No issue then. The same question to Dr. Harish sir.
Okay. Okay, long term and short term, I would say is, first of all, they are enhancing their skills, like maybe in their designing or idea generation, or also the development of a vehicle. It's not an easy task, right? I mean, once your idea, you have to make it feasible, then the designing part, then again the same design has to be worked, and you develop a vehicle by choosing the different materials, different components. So there's so many things involved there. So first this thing, enhancing their skills. Then I would say is build their integrity, right? So work ethic they can follow, and in fact the rule book whatever they have, so following the rule book, it's a big constraint, right? Many don't follow the rules set. So in fact you take outside also, So following the rule, okay, they're getting certain discipline towards, okay, yes, this is the rules that I supposed to be following. And talk about the competition, then they have an exposure during the competition, right? So they are in fact publicizing their college, also their team name also. During the competition, also they are getting the competitiveness among them. It's a national level, international level competitions. So they are getting this competitiveness among them. So all these could be a short-term benefit. Finally, end up with something called a career, right? They can have an exciting career in the future. So I would see that as a long-term benefit. In fact, the students entering the motorsports.
Yeah, exactly. So now next question I would like to ask Shashank sir that what should be the approach of student while preparing for the motorsport events?
When you are going to prepare a motorsport, any vehicle for the motorsport, first thing we have to keep in mind that we are the engineers. When you are dealing with the engineering or engineers profession, we have to improve the efficiency. When you are going to say the improving the efficiency, it's not only the, if you are going to deal with the electric vehicle, then it's a kilometer per charge. But what are the parameters? Those are going to be important to improve that efficiency. From that aspect, we have to check. Right now, when you are going to design a vehicle, then there are the 7 steps of the designing of anything. We have to follow all those steps in such a way that our vehicle will be efficient one. Now when you are going to say that what will be the approach, now in that approach we have to firstly concentrate on the safety of the driver, safety of the ecosystem, in such a way that it will be run with a smooth, with the efficient way. When you are going to say the efficient way, then we have to focus on the reduction of the weight. We have to check out the speed or the, what you say, gear ratio. If you are going to deal with the mid-drive powertrain, if you are going to deal with the manufacturing of the vehicle, right material, aerodynamic drag, all those design parameters has to be checked in such a way that we are going to increase the efficiency. Even though if you are going to say that 1% efficiency is going to be improved than the current status, then also you are going to achieve a tremendous one in the field of engineering to achieve that 1%.
Oh yeah, sure.
I would like to just add one, sir, for you.
Sure,
I mean,
sir.
of course, you spoke more technically. I would just like add up in a management way. So the students' approach, I mean, it's my perspective. I would feel again, first will be the awareness in the sense, for example, they want to participate in the ESVC. Yes, they should know what the event is first, and they should know what the rules and responsibilities of them, right? Each and individual, whether it's a captain or vice captain or whoever it is. So their roles and responsibilities should be known by them. Second, they have to do the readiness. I mean, they have to be, gain those knowledge or skills required in order to go for the event, right? So that will help, including their attitude. That itself will help them develop their vehicles and move towards it. Next, once all these acquired, I would say empowerment, right? The authority on their decision makings, whatever they want. That's an important part, their responsibility towards their work. And also, I would say last is workforce design, which like something like enhancing their work skill by creating a strategy so that they can achieve next steps. So this is what
I think both suggestions from both of you combined would be a great approach for the students.
Very true, very true.
Yeah. So let's move to the next question now. What are the changes you have seen in your mindset of students towards these events from your generation to today's generation? So I'd like to start with Shashank sir. Sorry, your mic is mute, I guess.
Okay. When we are going to check out with our generation, I pass out in early 2000. So at that time, the computer age is not that much available for us. So for that purpose, we are taking too much effort to do all those things. Right now, due to the Zoom or due to the internet, we are easy to connect with each other to get the technical guidance. And again, we are due to the internet also, we are getting too many components from anywhere over the globe at our location. So for that purpose, our thing is different thing. Now in this current generation, whatever you are going to demand, it is going to be get it at your location from all the aspect. So for that purpose, the materialness or the knowledge is easily available to you. Only the thing is that how you are going to mold that knowledge, your thinking process, to get it the exact or to get it the efficient product. That is the one of the biggest challenge, because on the globe too many things are available. You have the creative minds. From that creative minds, what you are going to absorb from that, and how you are going to mold it into that vehicle in such a way that it will run. Now this is the one thing. Second thing, in our generation there is a, what you say, I'm not directly going to blame anyone, but the this is a too bold statement, but I will make it here. In this era, the students are using the mobile or the dealing with the internet. So for that purpose, there is certain alphabets, 3 alphabets are there. Those word is going to be attached to the student. So for that purpose, there is certain difference between the bonding with the everything. So for that purpose, if you are going to keep that word away from you, then the team spirit is going to lead you in every aspect to get all those things. So I think that word is get know or recalled by all of us.
Sure, sir. So I would like to request Harish sir to
Yeah,
add
so
on.
said by you. In fact, I passed out in recent 2013. So I have seen the changes from way 2000, right? So unlike you rightly mentioned, sir. I mean, like those days, your days, there was no internet. Such facilities were available at our fingertips, right? In fact, our days also, it was all the beginning of it. So we had, but we were not much dependent on the internet for everything. For everything. In fact, we were able to go through many textbooks. I mean, we used to consult many people talking. Now the students, I think they lack that. They lack that. So they are highly dependent. In fact, calculator. I just take a simple example of calculator. If you ask them 10 plus 10 also, they use the calculator and do it. Most of them. Most of them. So they are completely dependent on the technology what the man itself developed. They lose certain confidence in that particular thing. That's the main difference I see. And also now maybe most of them they just take it as it is, like okay fine, okay everybody is doing it, also we can also do it. But our age was like, okay, we have to do that motivation thing, what self confidence, what you call, as maybe I see little less what we had when compared to the current generation. And then, in fact, the COVID also changed the entire scenario. So COVID has made people lazy. So I think pushing students now is much more harder compared to the pre-COVID.
Exactly, sir. That confidence part you have just mentioned, I totally agree on that. The generation, today's generation, have extremely high confidence in whatever field they go. So I again now let's move to the next question, sir. That how students approach for sponsorship and crowdfunding, since one of the common problem in front of teams are fund for manufacturing of the vehicle. So Harish sir, you can start with this. So your mic is off.
Okay, sorry. In fact, I would say is when students see sponsorship is something which is beneficial for both the end. So it is beneficial for us as well as the whoever is sponsoring our team, right? It is beneficial for both. So when the students are approaching that particular company or organization, they have to be have clarity on what they want, and in fact what they're gonna give. In fact, the sponsor first question is asked is, okay, what is the benefit for me if I sponsor your team? So they should be having so much clarity in explaining this particular question. So if you convince the sponsor to for this particular question, I think everyone would love to sponsor you. In fact, the students, if you're going, I would say is go as a professional person, go approach them in a professional way with your ID cards, way of dressing, whatever it is, attire, and also with the team. team brochure that would play an important role. So the team brochure or team ID card, whatever you have, it plays an important role. In fact, if you have a presentation also, that would be much more effective, because they won't spend the whole day for the listening to your talk. So you should be very crisp, and you have to put straightforward, these are the things, and these are the event, and this is what I want. So in fact, sponsorship could be like that, monetary support, or maybe service support, or it could be even technical material supports also. So what you want and what is the company for. In fact, just go for so some companies, yes, I agree, irrespective of anything, they would be taken. But when you're targeting certain technical companies, so is it any benefit for you to join, get sponsorship from the company? In fact, the students should not only think that, yes, I'm just going for a sponsorship. No, it's a collaboration what you're going for, either for your career, or your maybe internship, or any workshop or technical talk, or it's just sharing of the knowledge, or anything maybe. If they're not ready to sponsor you monetarily or service or anything, at least get something out of that company, so that it will be helping you individual and also for the team or college. Yeah.
I think you are on the mute.
You're on mute.
I think Shashank wanted to add something.
Yeah, rightly pointed out by the Harish sir. I just want to add one of the thing into it. Whenever you are going to approach to any company, he is going to give you the time, but he is not ready to give the money from his pocket to you. So for that purpose, never lose the hopes, never move down. As we are dealing with the engineering, always move ahead to the collaborative work. This year they are not going to give you the any type of sponsorship, but if you are going to continue in a technical manner, then next year they are definitely going to give you the money from their pocket to you. Because right now the company's scenario is different. They are going to check out what I am going to get, as Harish sir rightly pointed out, but at the same time, how worthy if I am going to pay a rupee to that team. So they are going to check out how they are going to utilize that 1 rupee, whether whatever the money I am going to give it to you. There are too many companies, those are going to sponsor, but whether when I am going to sponsor to any team, how they are going to utilize, whether there is certain change into their ideology, mentality. So that thing, if you are going to present it in front of them, then there are too many chances to grab the opportunity of the sponsorship.
Rightly said, sir. So my next question is for Dr. Harish sir. I've got this question online, I guess, from some student, that what is the importance of thermal management in electric vehicle? Sir, you're mute. Yes. The question is that what is the importance of thermal management in electric vehicle?
Okay, that's a very good question. Actually, I think everybody should know this. See, you know that right now the electric vehicles are taking over the combustion vehicles. In fact, you have 90% still of the combustion vehicles only. But still, the current scenario is there is an increase in the sales and increase in the production of the electric vehicles also. So today, the most concerning issue for an electric vehicle is the thermal management, right? The thing is, many electronic components, maybe like a battery, also I would say certain power controlling systems, or even motor, they dissipate heat. So if you don't control this dissipation of the heat, in fact there is a drop in the performance of the electric vehicles. So that's where the thermal management plays an important role. That's the reason it's very crucial. Also, it's important for an electric vehicle to get good performance, maybe robustness, and in fact reliability also. So in thermal management, right, unlike your IC engines where you have thermostat or coolant, or maybe even radiator is used to cool the IC engines, right? Similarly, in the electric vehicles, so you have the cooling of battery, you have cooling of power controlling devices, whatever you use, like controllers or maybe inverters or water, etc., and also the motors, right? So these three has to be cooled down in order to enhance their life so that you get much better performance of the electric vehicle. So when you talk about the battery, in fact, the life and cost of the battery is also very important, right? So what I would say is there should be an optimum temperature. In fact, it should not be warm also, it should not be cold also. So if you have maintained the optimum temperature for the electric vehicle, you will get the best performance of the battery, motor, and in fact all those power controlling devices also. But motor, when the load, there is increase in the load, there is so much energy absorbed from the battery, so it starts heating up and it generates heat. So all these cooling aspect, so cooling system has to be taken care in an electric vehicle, so that the thermal management of the electric vehicle is maintained with the optimum temperature of the vehicle, so to get a better results.
Exactly, sir. As in future we are going to switch to EV, so these are the time we have to get this thing right.
Correct.
Exactly, sir. So
I want to add, sir.
Sure, definitely, sir. We'll be
Okay.
happy to hear you.
When we are going to say the thermal management deals with the battery, and thermal management deals with the motor also. Primary concern is deals with the battery. When you are going to say that in last year you are going to, when you are going through the newspaper or news, then you are easily going to witness that there are the number of incidents occur due to the burning of the battery. But when you are going to say the burning of the battery, I will say there are the too many parameters are there. Those are going to decide the burning of the battery or the thermal blast of the battery. When you are going to say that we are going to use the lithium ion battery, there are, again I am going to say that to everyone that there are certain things are there. Those are students are not that much aware about that. When you are going to say the lithium ion battery, in that lithium ion battery also there are the 6 categories of the cathode. So depending on that we are going to select the battery. But currently in the market, lithium ion battery means LFP battery. So for that purpose we are going to check out the LFP battery with a nominal voltage of 3.2. But in the market again the NMC batteries are there, nickel manganese cobalt battery. Those are going to give the 3.7 nominal voltage. So for that purpose the weight of the battery, size of the battery goes on reducing. But when you are going to check out the temperature parameter where they are going to be sustained, then lithium ion battery category have the temperature range of -20 to 60. But in that lithium phosphate, it deals with the 15 degrees to 30 degrees, whereas the NMC batteries are not going to deal in that temperature. Now we are living in a India which have too much diversity. If you are going to the Jammu and if you are going to move to the Kerala, Jammu right now temperature might be 0 or less than 0. At the same time in the Kerala the temperature is near about 20 degree. When you are going to move from the east to the west, that is from the Assam to the Rajasthan, then again the temperature difference is going to be occur. So because of that the thermal load or the thermal fluctuations are going to be occur into the battery. So for that purpose we require the thermal management to the battery. But when you are going to say the thermal management required for the battery, at that time whatever is benchmarking of you is the important parameter. When you are going to check out the battery or when you are going to select the battery, as all of us knows that there are the formula to calculate the force. From the force we are going to calculate the power. From the power we are going to say that this much power is required to drive the vehicle. Then we are going to finalize the range. For that much range we require this much power from the battery. Are you really finding out the benchmarking in a right sense? When you are going to deal with the drive cycle, again drive cycle deals with the speed and the time, acceleration and speed. So whatever the parameters you are going to check out, you have to check it or you have to finalize the benchmarking wisely in such a way that you can easily going to find out what is the current withdraw from the battery. Now when you are going to say the battery, in India no one have the battery manufacturing. All over India we are dealing with the battery assembly. We are going to import the cell either from the China, either from the Germany. We are going to make the series parallel combination and we are with the help of resistance spot welding we are going to assemble the battery. We are going to use the BMS. Again for the BMS there are the too much glitch is there or too much conditions are there. I am not going to deal with it. But Why the thermal management? When you are going to check out the cell, lithium phosphate cell, either it is a 18650, 32700, you are going to make a resistance spot with a nickel strip to the cell. The resistance spot is of 0.2 mm on the strip also and on the cell also. You are going to make maximum 3 spots per cell. So what heat, what I you are going to check out or withdraw from the cell, that is going to cause the heat generation. Why heat generation? Because the cell is an electrochemical cell. Nickel strip, even though it is a 99.9% efficient, but as you are going to make a resistance spot, the resistance is going to be generated between the lithium phosphate and the nickel. I square R is the heat which is going to be generated, and if that I square R is goes on accumulating more and more, then heat thermal or the heat is going to be generated into the battery. Now when you are going to deal with the two-wheeler, as IP67 is there, IP67 says that water is not going to be come into the battery. So for that purpose, we are going to make it insulated one. In that insulated, what is the current withdraw from the cell, that you have to check. If your battery selection, battery wattage is on the right track, then the battery is not going to be warm up and it is not going to be blast. Now again in the battery, when you are going to find out the power required by the battery, then you have to finalize the voltage system. At what voltage we have to deal, because P is equal to VI. When you are going to increase the V, I has to be dropped down, and when I is going to be dropped down, the heat I square R is going to be dropped down. So for that purpose, we have to check the voltage system also. So all those parameters are going to deal with the heat generation. Now removal of the heat. So when the battery is going to be heated with all the precautionary case, then you have the air cooling, you have the liquid cooling, you have the phase change material cooling. Generally air cooling is going to be used to many in two-wheeler. In four-wheeler there is a air cooled also and liquid cooled also. Right now Tata Nexon is deals with the air cooling. Whatever the bank you are going to select, that must be capable to withdraw that current. When you are going to say again there is one of the parameter is about the awareness, how you are going to drive your vehicle. That pattern is also going to generate the heat. Right now, as we are dealing with the IC engine, we have the habit to just accelerate it, but in EV it is not the case. For EV, you have to move the accelerate slowly, so that I is on the lower side and your heating is not going to be generated. So there are too many parameters. Only Chinese company and only this is not the answer. There are the too many parameters are there. If you are going to, if you want to move to the root cause, then I will suggest you do the YY analysis. Then you will move to the battery thermal management system. It is a crunch. It is a requirement of the EV if you are going to deal with the proper one. Again, when you are going to deal with the thermal management, sorry to I am taking too much time, but sorry.
No, sir, it's okay.
When you are going to deal with the thermal management, again there is one of the biggest dilemma behind our mind, that fast charger. Why to deal with the fast charger? Fast chargers are going to be prone to generate the heat. So for that purpose, it is advisable by the battery manufacturer, charger manufacturer to go for the slow charging. But the mentality is different. So we have to make aware the people or the layman in such a way that problems are going to be implemented. And that is the role of this youngster or the technocrat which are going to be moved into the field. Okay?
Sure, sir. I'm really lucky to have such amazing speakers with me today.
Yeah.
It feels like I'm back in my college days when I used to take lectures in mechanical engineering.
Yeah, I feel like your students should be more proud to have you give.
Exactly.
Because I thought there was a time constraint, I just stopped the answer. In fact,
So sorry. So for that purpose, I sorry for that delay.
It was very lovely to hear you, sir.
It was completely. See, I just spoke about the thermal management. In fact, the solution is for thermal management is the cooling part. So you added all the air cooling, liquid cooling, phase change materials, everything else. I think the students would have got much more insight on how to manage. Thermally manage the vehicle. So that is very nice. Thank you so much. Even I learned.
Thank you.
Really, our student who have joined us today must be really grateful to have you. So let's move forward, sir. Now I've got a question from a student. Just that tell about opportunities after graduation, which we in and which areas we can get more opportunities. So let's start with Harish sir.
Yeah. Okay, fine. First of all, I mentioned earlier, so this from the scratch you are developing a vehicle. It's not an easy task, right? So in fact, right from your idea generation till the finished product, so you are what you're doing is the design. So you can get into designing field, and after that maybe you are selecting materials and you are in fact fabricating, so you can get into the material perspective also. Material in fact, if you know about the complete materialization everything, so in fact you can get into that field also. Or you're doing certain thermal analysis or economical analysis. In fact, you can generate good vehicle policies. I mean, like electric policies also, like what we have the solar policies, right? Something which helps to develop very good products of that particular field. In fact, they can get into any field. There are different, and overall put together, they can get into the EV field itself, motorsport field. So if they're very much interested, so they are having many good scope in future. That's what.
Yes.
You want to add up, sir? Shashank sir, please add.
Yeah, thank you. When you are going to say the job opportunity, there are too many jobs available all over the India and all over the globe. Only the thing is that how you are going to pretend that, or how much you are going to explore that thing. Whenever you are going to participate in any event, then there are too many branches or too many skills are there which are required to succeed in that event. So if you are going to deal with the technical, if you are going to excel in your technical skill, then too many things are going to be select. As pointly mentioned that designing material, then we are going to say that each and every component, if you are going to excel in that component also, then also you have too much scope in all over the industry. Right now, if you are going to check out the if I'm taking the your question on the different scale or on the different manner, right now I'm not getting the students those are having the skill in that field, so that the industry can easily going to be absorbed them. Right now I have too many industry projects where the industry are ready to pay for the internship also and to grab you for the job also, but the skill sets are missing. And when you are going to say about the skill set, it's not about overall. If you are going to find out a component and if you are going to deal with that component thoroughly, then also you have too much scope. Now this is about the technical. Even though non-technical, team management, all those things are also going to be responsible or are also going to be what you say excel you to get the grab the job. Because when you are going to be moved for the campus interview also, at that time also the team leader is easily going to be identified amongst the 20 students, how he is going to be handle the others, how they are going to listen the people or the listen the subordinates, and how he is going to lead the subordinates. From that also there are the easily going to be picked up by the industry. Industry is always not only going for the technical also, but for the management skills also. So do anything, but do with your passion, do with your heart, then there is no restriction to get the job in any field.
Rightly said, sir. So now I would like to move to the next question, sir. That what are the steps you take to motivate new students to join motorsports events, sir? Shashank, sir.
As I already told you that there are the two ways for the motivation. One is the positive motivation, one is the negative motivation. Positive motivation means you can do the things, so do it. Negative motivation, I am directly going to say this is not going to be happen for you, so they are going to get eager to complete that. Now people are there, those are going to oppose this statement as a faculty. How the faculty can say in this? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Last year in 2021 December, ISIE arranged SIP Hero E-Bike Challenge into the Chandigarh. Just an example. I am not going to make anything different statement. Just for an example for the motivation. What do you think? What is the team size of that winning team? What do you think?
25 members.
Anyone else?
The student can
be around 10 to 12, sir. That would be.
Okay, later way I'm not going to give that much. It's only 4. Only 4. One is, I will tell you the name also. Shubham Taide, Abdul Latif Naurange, Ayan Sheikh and the Sanmesh Pawar. Out of these 4, one is from the second year, one is from third year, 2 from the third year, and one is from the MTech first year. On these 4, we won. At that time, the statement is same. You are not going to win anything, and they won the thing. So, how you are going to motivate? It's depend on each person to person. But those are knowing you, they are easily going to be motivated by the negative thing also. So, to motivate the student into the field of motorsports, if you are going to show them the success graph of too many peoples or the success graph, then they are easily going to be converted into this field and they are easily going to be motivated to absorb that. Right now, as all of us are going to say that generation gap between the two of the teams. So right now I am easily going to say that look out those, as they are participated into the motorsports, they are focusing on a specific task and the company is going to pick up those students for a higher packages into the motorsports or in automotive industry. So this is my motivational task to the students.
Great, sir. This story is really amazing, I guess. Just 4 students pulling the trigger. It's really amazing. Harish sir, you would like to say something about? I guess he's facing some technical issue. He'll be tracking soon. Yeah.
Today technical issue is more.
Yeah, so Harish sir, would you like to add something on that story just sir has said regarding 4 students winning the competition? So you're on.
Good, sir.
Okay, in fact, 4, it's a very less number, in fact, because it's a big project. So I think everybody should look into that way. It doesn't matter your size of your team, it all matters for individual contribution to make your team strive for the success. So that is one. I would like to add one more example. In fact, I had been to Rally Car Design Challenge, which was held at Rajasthan. So many teams had come there. So there, see, I could see everyone. Okay, fine. Most of the students they do at the end minute, right? So they have big challenges like money, support, everything is there. But one thing I noticed is, in fact, we were all ready with our team, everything. There was one team which came, I think, on 6 to 7 people. That's it. So there was a 2-seater ATV. In fact, ATV building ATV is much more difficult than doing the other vehicles. So these people who travel from Coimbatore, I just don't remember the college name. So they traveled there with only gunny bags. I was like wondering, because we were all unloading our vehicles and we were all ready there. They were just traveling with the gunny bags. They carried gunny bags all the way from Coimbatore to Rajasthan with the train, and they just removed their gunny bags. It was all material which was cut into the proper shape. You believe it or not, there was one guy who melted the vehicle within half a day. And yes, I was literally shocked to see. In fact, after that, some 10 people were jumping on the chassis, so to check the weakness point and everything. But that inspired a lot. I was like, I tell my students even now the same thing, right? Like Sir mentioned now, I think I add one more point that only 4 students won the competition. So I would add that also. But inspiring, right? Only because I in fact interacted with them. They said the college didn't support and they themselves are from a very poor financial background. But that didn't stop their passion to come there. That didn't stop their passion to build a vehicle. So doesn't matter what your constraints come, you have to overcome your constraints. In fact, we say you have your hands and legs. You ask a normal people, they say I can swim using my hand and legs. But I was watching through a video last week where I think an Olympic champion we had to be put on the stage where he didn't have his leg and even arms. So I was wondering literally how could he, but he's a champion there. I mean, he could swim with the sea, right? So it all matters of the individual perspective, and this will help them motivate the new students to join. Of course, all the other aspects of the motorsport.
Exactly.
Self-ignition is important.
Yes.
Yes, very true.
Yeah, so all the students joined us today must have been motivated with such stories. So guys, keep motivating yourself, and when you feel low, you can connect with these two great faculty over here. Yes, sir. So we got one more question from some student that what are the measures we need to take in case of electric solar cars? So Shashank sir,
Please repeat.
what are the measures we need to take in case of electric solar car?
Measures means precautions.
Measures, sir. Yeah,
I didn't get the question. What
Measures,
are the
measures.
measures.
Well, okay, let it be. When you are going to deal with the solar cart, one of the thing is that selection of the solar panel. When you are going to deal with the selection of the solar panels, monocrystalline, polycrystalline, amorphous, we are going for the monocrystalline. In that also, whether we have to go for the flexible and solid, depending on your weight of the chassis and how much weight you can sustain. Because whenever you are going to deal with the solar or whenever you are going to deal with the electric, dead weight has to be reduced down. How much you can reduce the weight, that is the important thing, because at the start whatever the peak load is required or peak current is required is too much high. So for that purpose weight has to be reduced. Second thing, as you are going to deal with the solar cart, in the cart your surface area is finalized. So for that purpose I will suggest you, as per the solar panel area, fix up the solar panel on it, finalize the voltage system. In case of the solar also, the finalizing of the voltage system is important, because for the electric vehicle, or even though it is a solar cart, you are going to use the electric motor and you are going to use the battery. Now in that case, what is the voltage system? Because each and every organizer is going to keep one round in which you have to run your cart on the solar panel. At that time, selection of the proper voltage system is required. Because right now, if you are going to deal with the solar panel 350 volt or 450 volt, they are going to come into the 24 volt system. So how you are going to connect all those panels to make your voltage system, that is the important thing. Reduction of the weight, selection of the proper solar panel. Second thing, again there is awareness, or there is certain lag behind the solar technology. Generally in India, we are going to face the solar panel towards the north-south direction, and we are going to give the angle a certain tilt angle. But I will suggest you, keep any angle, but place your solar panel on the vehicle. Even though it is perfectly perpendicular to your earth, then also he is going to grab certain voltage and they are going to provide you the energy. The efficiency might be the less, but it is not the zero. So for that purpose, from that aspect, go for the solar cart. Now, which competition you are targeting, depending on that, you have to select the voltage system and battery capacity. Now, if you are going to deal with the ESVC 3000, then right now I am dealing with that. So for that purpose, voltage system, weight, these are the two primary concerns which I am going to deal with it. So think from that aspect.
Okay, sir. Great, sir. So my next question would be, sir, that could be any improvement in education system so that students get more interested in EV technology? I think Harish sir want to answer this.
It's a general question. I think many can answer this, but still there would be an argument everywhere when you could talk about the education system. In fact, see, for me, the education system should be both theoretical and hands-on. So when you say that improvement in education system is, I feel particularly for the EV technology, since your question was very particular for the EV technology, there should be labs set up in every institute so that students get the exposure on what is exactly the EV technology. Then, what are the aspects to deal with the electric vehicles? Or there are different aspects like cell design. Maybe if a single component you take in precise like battery. In fact, battery itself is a big research. So the battery technology is a hot topic which is going on around the world to improve the charging, as also charging time also, and also the efficiency of battery. And also you can talk about the solar panels again. If in fact it is a solar vehicle, then I would say is cooling again, thermal management, energy management. So all these parameters should be in one facility where the students will have exposure towards different domains so that they can get more knowledge. Also they can work on it and excel towards the particular domain. That's my point of view, but you can please add some point so that because EV is your domain completely.
I like to take 3 to 4 minutes. Dear, as the question is deals with the academics. Now in India, NEP is there. We are going to focus on the NEP and all those things. I'm not advertising myself or I'm not advertising our university, but proud to say that we are the first institute or first university who launched the MTech in electric vehicle in 2019. BTech in electric vehicle from last year. So we are moving in the field of electric vehicle. If you are going to search out, then as sir says that there are the branches, I will frankly going to say that EV is not the monopoly of mechanical, not the monopoly of the electrical, not the monopoly of any branch. Minimum 7 branch knowledge you are going to be required. Now the problem is that वो मुन्ना भाई का एक डायलॉग था, मुन्ना भाई MBBS में, वो हड्डी का डॉक्टर क्या कर रहा है वो पाव वाले को पता नहीं, उसका क्या कर रहा है उसे पता नहीं. So when you are going to say the success of the EV, right now we are only going to concentrate that IC engine is going to deal with the 35% efficiency, electric motor is only going to deal with the 90% efficiency. So there is a 35 to 90% difference is there. But again, if you don't have the knowledge of the remaining 6 branches, even the electric motor have the 90% efficiency, you can't use it with that percentage. Right now, we are moving from the BLDC to PMSM, PMSM to SRM. We improving the efficiency. But at the same time, if you are not going to deal with the mechanical, if you are not going to deal with the automobile problem, if you are not going to deal with the electronics problem, you are not going to deal with the optimization problem, you are not going to deal with the material problem, then even the PMSM or SRM is going to deal with the 95% efficiency, it is not going to be ruled out. So for that purpose, it is a requirement to deal with the all branches to get the knowledge. Now, as the sir says, what are the improvements are going to be carried out into the education system? Now as I feel proud to say that we are the BTech and MTech. In that case, our syllabus is deals with the 7 discipline or 7 branches in such a way that it is going to be moved into it. Now, when we are going to say the academics, there is again a big gap between the academics and industry. Industry is running with such a high pace that no one can match with the academic one. Right now also, as the EV is a boom technology, if you are going to search out on the Google regarding any new advancement, then you are never going to get it on the internet because of the IPR. Each and everyone is trying to keep his knowledge at industry only. Only the academic things are there, those are easily going to be released. But in the industry, too much transformation is going to be occur. So for that purpose, whenever there is an interaction between the academics and industry, then the students are going to get the proper knowledge, proper path to move ahead. In the same contents, I want to add one more point, not a advertisement and anything else. From the last year or from the last year, June 2022, we are the knowledge partner for the Tata Motors employee. We are teaching to the Tata Motors employee. Those are on the general manager, deputy general manager and general manager. because Tata is also want to shift to the EV. So for that purpose, we are the knowledge partner for the MTech EVT. So for that purpose, again, we are getting the too much inputs from the industry and we are delivering to the students. So the industry academic relation should be strong enough. The implementation of the subject into your curriculum is a requirement. Right now, as we are dealing with the state private university, we have the freedom that we are taking the BOS, Board of Studies, after 6 months. So I will suggest make a forum at your department level in such a way that the industry is going to put you the suggestions and try to accommodate. I know that there are too many restrictions to accommodate the topic into syllabus or the curriculum, but we can move to the guest lecture, we can move to the industrial visit in such a way that students are going to be familiar with the EV. Right now, if you are going to deal with the EV word, frankly speaking, students are thinking that buy the motor, buy the battery, assemble it, run it. It is not the case about the EV. But right now the scenario is in that point, because from the last 5 to 6 years we are moving into the EV, and ICE is 125 years mature one. So it takes time, but we have to show the right path to the new generation how to move. So for that purpose, take the guidance from the industry. They will really going to help you out to move in that section.
Exactly, sir. And
Sir,
yes, sir.
rightly mentioned, like you, I think you have more experience in the education system than me, anyways. So I just got, when you were talking, I just got to one word of what our Prime Minister Narendra Modi said. We have to be in such a way that coming future years, India has to be this Shiksha Guru, right? This word he used. So that's the reason NEP, the National Education Policy, education policies were introduced in 2020 in order to make the institution its excellence, towards the excellence. So all these facilities, in fact, I don't want to mention that. We also have it. So I would put it in the general that as rightly mentioned by sir, with every institute to take interest towards developing for the future what is coming up. So, in fact, the students now, they only say electric vehicle is the future. I would say is electric vehicle is not the future. It was already done in 1905. An electric vehicle was developed in 1905. Where, I mean, lack of technology and support, I mean, in fact, the booming of the fossil fuels, particularly after the Industrial Revolution, so that was much more user-friendly than the electric vehicle developed then. So now again we are going back to the previous, like harnessing the natural resources, getting back to the old stage, I mean old, right? The Stone Age, maybe I would like to say Stone Age. So, but using our current technology. So students should understand that this is not the future. This was already existing, and we are developing future technology in a better state to avoid all the hazardous to the environment what we already caused over there.
We can say that
One thing, just to add, it is not definitely the future. Hybrid vehicle is going to be there because we are implementing into the fossil fuel battery. Even though we are going to say that it is a emission free, but pollution is there at the time of manufacturing the lithium ion and all those things.
Yes.
Right now, just take out the positive side. Negative sides are too many things. There are too many pros, cons, too many things are there. Even though I am dealing with the EV, but again, this is not the right forum to say that statement. But I just give a hint. Just go through the agent Vinod picture, and at the end there is a one dialogue. Just go through it. Okay. And so far there are too many pros and cons, but from too many seniors or too many industry experts, hybrid will be the future. Just 2 days back, the Indian government launches the green hydrogen policy and funded too many rupees for it. So hydrogen is near going to be there. Now how to use the hydrogen? Again, the two ways. In that, one of the way is the using the hydrogen into the fuel cell to generate the electricity and to run it. And second one is the IC engine. So there are the two ways, but hybrid is going to be there, not only the EV. Okay, and in that context, I want to add to the student, dear students, if you don't have the LinkedIn account, then make the LinkedIn. There are too many groups, too many communities are there. Those are dealing with the EV. There are too many technocrats in the field of EV, in the field of automotive are present on it. Just try to follow them. If you have any doubt, just try to post on their group or their paper page. They will definitely going to reply. Not today, but tomorrow. There are too many people are there. Those are help to cast or to mold the new generation in a bright way. So for that purpose, don't hesitate to ask your question. Either it is a silly question or nonsense question. Just ask. Technocrats are not going to take in a wrong direction. No one is going to judge you from that question. So just raise your query and try to solve your query.
Amazing, sir. I didn't thought, but I am also really enjoying this session, particularly personally. Now, I'm also an engineer, so I also liking this session really, sir.
I would like to add here. I know this is dragging here. So, in fact, a student or anybody for that matter would have been thinking, okay, I know everything about EV vehicle. Yes, true, understood. But end of the day, they should also understand that why EV, why we are going towards EV and more sustainable future. This is where it is, right? So, this concept they need to understand. See, it is all because of our own energy demand. The human beings' energy demands, which gets converted to the country's energy demand. So this energy demand has been increasing every year, right? From existence of the mankind, right? Eating plants, animals, then further started harnessing solar, went into sail, everything. Then fire was invented. So that's how the energy demand kept on increasing. And right here, we are here on 2023. Even at present, I would say about 78% to 79% of the world energy demand is fulfilled by fossil fuels. Even now. So since you say that, okay, fine, I'm coming up with a new technology, sustainable technology, yes, understood. But what would you do with the previous technology which you have already developed, which is running with this 70, right? So in order to reduce those emissions or maybe harmful radiations or increasing the global temperature, in fact, improving that would add a more solution for that is a solution. Improving the solution will definitely reduce the wastage, will reduce the emissions, will reduce the reduction in the global temperature. So always think of the existing one also. With that, yes, go with the future technology. So that is where I would like to convey to the student.
Awesome. So my last question would be, sir, that what are the major role a captain plays for the team, sir? What are the major roles a captain plays for the team?
Oh, captain.
Leadership always matters now.
Yeah. See, captain is a backbone of the team. In fact, see, as the rule book clearly mentions that the faculty advisor is not supposed to be even involved in the documentation. I mean, physically, right? So, in that point of time, the captain is the one who will be running the show there. So, he is the one holding the team together, because the students have to manage the academics plus this. So end of the day, their time management is also very, very important. So how one person who is going to be in charge for the entire team is the captain. So he has to take the accountability. He has to keep the students together in order whether to work or further improvement in the team. So this is where I would like to put a point. And also maybe the deadlines are very, very important, right? So managing the deadline. So a captain should be a very good leader. He should be a very good motivator, and he should have technical skills, and he should be ready to push the team to the next level, right? Because when the captain is there, is running something, he should not be a dictator. I would say rather is he should take the people along with him to that particular stage. So take responsibility for the failure and put the success to the work of the entire team.
Members.
Awesome. So Shashank sir, in a brief, I would like to know your point of view as well.
Maximum points are taken by the sir only. Only the thing is that the you have to make you have to give the faith to the member that they can do anything if they want. Making that empowerment, making that thing is a major task. How you are going to do that is too many skills are there, and it is not the teaching by anyone to anyone. I will just going to say that check out the inspirational video or check out the speeches of the two leader. I like two persons. First one is the Ganguly and second one is the Dhoni. So just check out how they behave at the time of success and at the time of failure. They are going to give you too many things how to lead, because all those points are deals with the discussed by the Harish sir. So for that purpose, I don't have that. I'm not going to repeat all those things. So you are the only thing you are the only person who is going to be scratch or who is going to be drag out from the students, either positive or the negative, but you are the there. But at the same time, as I am going to say that three alphabets, so that is the ego. So always stay on the ground, always stay on the ground, because each and every person have unique characteristics. You have to judge that unique characteristics and you have to give the value to that unique characteristics, and how you are going to mold all those unique characteristics to for the better person or for the betterment, that you have to find out. We are, or in this world, composites are required. Such a composite you have to manufacture from your teammates, because each and everyone is good, but you are not going to say that if he is in good in design, go for the marketing and all those things. You have to finalize the unique characteristics and you have to mold it in such a way that it will be the betterment for your team.
Exactly,
One
sir.
more thing, one point I think I left. I just now got it when you're talking. He should be ready to listen to the team also. It should not be the one-way interact. It should be both the way. And one more small instance which I just remember is the 2011 World Cup. Everyone would have seen. The entire tournament for MS Dhoni was a failure. He didn't score runs. But in fact, you see the I think second on fourth position. It was always Yuvraj Singh who was a tournament of the tournament winner, right? So he
Man of the
was
series.
there. But in the final, I think the Dhoni stepped up before him. So that's where the captain, although he didn't perform the entire well, he believed in himself and he believed that yes, his team is there along with him so that he could perform. So this is where the captain role plays a major role. So that's a small interest I want to just
Soak the patient.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So
So
take the
great
stress
example.
and think.
Yeah, great example. As every student must have related with this. So, sir, I guess this is it for the session. I personally really enjoyed this session. I hope the students also enjoyed this session. So, thank you very much, sir, both of you, to fill us with your knowledge and the personal experience. I hope you guys have also enjoyed this session. So, we will be continuing with such session in future as well. I hope you guys will also like to join us again sometime.
Yes, it's our pleasure.
Sure,
So
sir,
it's a
sure,
pleasure
sir.
to be here. In fact, it's an opportunity, in fact, for us also to, because as you say, rightly mentioned, I like the word backbone of the team. So it's like the backbone of the
Yes,
team,
sir.
which is not even recognized, right? So in fact,
Yeah.
that word is what I like the thing. So that it made me. And first of all, thank you for inviting me for this live interaction with the students. So hopefully in future would love to be for most of the sessions from your side.
Sure, sir. Because if the team captain is a leader, then faculty advisor is the leader of the leader.
It's a facilitator, not the leader.
Okay, sir, sure.
Yes, facilitator
All
is
right,
the
sir.
right word.
Hopefully, we'll see you again soon, sir. So,
Yes,
I
sir.
guess,
Thank you so much.
yeah,
And
Shashank, sir, want to say something?
Yeah, if anyone wants to connect regarding any technical help, then they can. You can get the number from the Abhay, or I will give it to you. That's not a big deal, but deals with the right path in a right future, towards the right future.
Okay, students, so you guys can connect with those faculties through me or directly. So, this is it for the session. We'll meet you soon. So, bye bye, sir. Have a nice day
bye.
ahead.
All the best for all the students who, in fact, hope to see them in the event with a
We
fully
will meet.
prepared.
We will meet definitely.
That is, yes, sir, definitely we can. Thank you so much for this. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, sir.
Yes,
Bye,
sir.
sir.
Have a nice day.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, can you say when will be the tentative date where the competition will be held, or where the competition will be held? So we wanna plan accordingly to work with our teams.